Hello and welcome to this video where we solve a question on flexible budgeting. So we'll be preparing a flexible budget where the question given is, let's read this question. Prepare a flexible budget for ABC Private Limited at 80% and 100% activity on the basis of the following information. So we need to prepare a budget on at 80% and 100% activity. Production at 50% capacity is 5,000 units. So we have been provided with data for 50% capacity and we need to extrapolate it at 80% and 100%. The details that we have is at 50% capacity we are producing 5,000 units. So we need to find out what we will be producing at 80% and 100%, and then we'll proceed further. We'll see while solving it. Then raw material is 80 per unit, so it is completely variable. Direct labor is 50 per unit, again completely variable. Direct expenses are once again 15 per unit, so completely variable. Then there are a couple of semi-variable expenses. Factory expenses 50,000, of which 50% are fixed. So of these 50,000, 50% are fixed, that is 25,000 is fixed at all levels, may it be 50%, 80% or 100%. And remaining 25,000 is variable. And then admin expenses of 60,000, 60% are variable, so meaning 40% are fixed. So we'll be trying to solve this question and let's get on with it. So let us prepare a table where we will be inputting all the information. So if we have a look at the question over there, we have raw material, direct labor, direct expenses, factory expenses split into fixed and variable. So we'll be splitting them into fixed and variable, and then admin expenses split into fixed and variable. So let us go ahead and make a table first and then we'll see. So here we see we have prepared a table. Now if we have a look at the question, we see that we have been given raw material at 80 per unit. So we'll be having raw material at the rate of rupees 80 per unit. Then we have direct labor at rupees 50 per unit and direct expenses at 15 per unit. So this is at rate of 50 per unit and this is at rate of rupees 15 per unit. Okay. And then there are factory expenses and admin expenses. Factory expenses are 50,000, of which 50% are fixed. So I need to split them into fixed and variable. So let us go ahead and split them into fixed and variable. We have our factory expenses. They are given as 50,000, of which 50% are fixed. So we have 50% as fixed. Of these 50%, 50,000, 50% are fixed. So I can split them into fixed and variable. 50% are fixed, so remaining 50 would be variable. So I get 25,000 as fixed, 25,000 as variable. Now the variable expenses tend to vary according to the number of units that we have produced. At 50% given capacity, at 50% capacity, we are producing 5,000 units. So at 50% capacity, we are producing 5,000 units. So these 25,000 are being consumed in 5,000 units. So what will be my per unit expense? Per unit expense, if you find out from this, you'll get as rupees 5 per unit. So what I've done is I've split this 50,000 according to this 50% fixed, 50% fixed, remaining 50% is variable. Now this variable is an expense incurred on 50% capacity as given in the question. So we have fixed as 25,000. It will remain same at all levels, irrespective of level, and the levels that we need to forecast or budget are 80% and 100%. So we need to 80% capacity and 100% capacity. So we have 80% capacity and 100% capacity. Also, we need to find out how many units, that we'll find in a moment. So this was about factory expenses, fixed being at 25,000, and what about variable? They'll be at 5 per unit. Variable at rupees 5 per unit. Now what happens to admin expenses? We are incurring admin expenses of 60,000, of which 60% are variable. Admin expenses of which, of 60,000, of which 60% are variable, as given in the question. So if 60% are variable, how much are fixed? 40% are fixed. So 40% of 60,000. How do we calculate? 40% of 60,000, or making it 40% of 60,000, making it 24,000. So of these 60,000, 24,000 are fixed, and remaining 36,000, similarly we can find out 60% of 60,000. Instead of 40, we can find out 60% of 60,000. That will be 36,000. Now these 36,000 rupees variable cost is being incurred on 5,000 units. So what can we have over here? If we try to find out per unit expense, it will be rupees 7.2 per unit. So I can say rupees 7.2 per unit, and fixed amount is 24,000. That stays constant in each case. So fixed will be constant. As far as these variable expenses are concerned, we'll find them out. So this was about splitting the semi-variable into fixed and variable. One more thing, 80% and 100% capacity. At 50% capacity, production is 5,000 units. At 50% capacity, production is 5,000 units. So at 1% capacity, production is 5,000 upon 50. At 80% capacity, production will be 100 into 80, making it 8,000 units. So at 80%, I'll be having 8,000 units. Similarly, can we have it for 100% capacity? 100 for 1%. So for 100%, it will be 100 into, making it 10,000 units. So I have a budget given, expenses given at 5,000 units, which were at 80 per unit, 50 per unit, and so on. I need to prepare a budget at 80% and 100% capacity. So let us get on with it. At 80 rupees per unit, 5,000 units are going to cost me 43 and 1, 2, 3, 4 lakh. At 50 rupees, 5,000 will cost me 25, 1, 2, 3, 4. At 15 rupees, it will cost me 75, 1, 2, and 3, 75,000. Is it 75,000? Yes, it is 75,000. And then for 8,000 units, it will be 8 8s are 64, then 4 zeros, making it 6.4 lakh. This will be 8 5s are 40, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, making it 4 lakh. 15 8s are 120, 3 zeros, 1, 2, and 3, making it 1.2 lakhs. Then for 10,000 units, it will be 1.5 lakh. So these are variable expenses. Then for factory, we had fixed and variable, of which fixed are 25,000 each. Variable are at 5 rupees per unit. So it will be 50,000. So these are our expenses. At 7.2, this will become, it was 36,000. I've solved it over here to save us some time. This will become 57,600. 8,000 into 7.2. Then 10,000 into 7.2 would be 72. That is 72,000. Now we can have total of these. Total expenses at 50% capacity are 8,35,000. If we add these 6.4 lakh, 4 lakh, 1.2 lakh, and so on, we get 13,066,000, making it 13 lakh 6,600. And this one would become, if we take the total, 16,21,000. So this is our budget for 80% and 100% capacity. When details for 50% capacity were given, here are our working notes where we have split the factory expenses and admin expenses. Generally, in budgeting questions, our working notes will be containing the splitting up of semi-variable costs like this. And then there could be a calculation where we might be finding out what will be the number of units at different activity levels. Here we had 50% activity level given, then we found out for 80 and 100 as 8,000 and 10,000. So this was our very first question on flexible budgeting. In videos to come, we'll be practicing some more questions. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Take care.
Here are some cards related to the video you just watched. Feel free to browse across them and do leave your comments and suggestions. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already subscribed. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.